Kubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Menteri Rangba jong kejelau Conrad sangma habaya keren mat kilat pathai khubor ha ka khandai trik uno pra arajar arpulai hadin ke jinyalang jong ke kinhon menteri ha ka bede baga jingsha klun Jaka jong ke jela Meghalaya ha ka than Garo Hills na khaliang jong uloong bakani ke jinge ka dei ka bala sateng la sun post nem kinthi bat ki sarkar ki bala ki khlemla ban pun urlong ya ka kam ban yada ya ka khando ka syiap bat ki Jaka bat ki break ba shong basa gitu ki Jaka la shem shitom ban kinria ya ki henry wala kataru ka thong hi jong ka sarkar jalla ba menta ka long ban wengno ya gitu ki break ki ba shong basa ha gitu ki than ki balong ki Jaka jong ka jalla bat ban penhap yang ya ki shapo Meghalaya lani la ban le de ko pat kalenti bat kata ka long ban pun snuthu ya ki bala da jia ba ka sarkar jalla ka don kam ni ki Jaka na ka benta ki kam Pynroi hapo ka jalla ki dei ban ai shisho Conrad sang mau lo ong ba ki don artli ki benta jong kur kom trekam ha ka bakum ka sarkar kala ban su thombet de ka bor ya ki break ki ba klun ni ki Jaka bat kan sami pat ka jinga pher jingmut bat ka huri hura lani kan jet pat da kalenti ka ba jai jai bat yakini ki Jaka kamut ba ka sarkar Meghalaya kan su ai ki Briew henry ka sarkar ka yoru ki jingmen toy lingba ki khajna ki ba da ki klor tingka
was there today that was made was regarding the land encroached government land and the fixation of land premium in respect of West Garo Hills Tura. As you're aware that there are a large number of areas and lands which have been encroached by the public, which belongs to the government, to different departments. And we had the same issue in William Nagar also. And the government had settled those lands along with the public, and discussions were made, and a long-term lease was given to the people out there. Hence, in the same line in Tura also, this proposal has come. The Deputy Commissioner has done an initial study, and they've submitted a report, and they've sought the permission of the Cabinet to move forward to find a way, wherever possible, to discuss and find a way to find an amicable solution to this long pending issue that is there. So many areas in Tura, especially in Walbakri, the Kopri area, even near the civil hospital, and so on and so forth. There are many areas which are government owned but public has encroached. And hence we have discussed this in detail, and we felt very strongly that these people have been settled there for a long time. And hence, except in cases where the government requires the land for important projects, like for example, if there's any land required for extension of medical purposes, or any land required for MPSC office or other places, the government will work towards finding an amicable settlement to these encroached lands. And hence, the Cabinet today has agreed and asked the Deputy Commissioner to submit a detailed report with all the maps and different areas, and a cut-off date and the rates. So that decision also was made today in the Cabinet. And as I said, this is a long pending issue that has affected Tura, and we have decided that we should find a way forward and come to some kind of solution in this particular issue. So that's exactly what I said. We don't have the details. That's why I have asked the...
Including the number of people...
Exactly. So we'll be getting all those details. So if you had heard my briefing, I'd mentioned that we have asked the Deputy Commissioner to give us details of the number of families, the area, the map, all the details, so that we can then take the necessary decision.
So like you mentioned in...
So that is exactly...
Yeah. Understand that.
So that's exactly the point. The point is that in the absence of a decision by the government, that is exactly what is happening. People are going to court. But right now, there is going to be a legal document between the government and the leaseholder. So the person who is settled there right now, who is encroached into government land, the government will now sign a long-term lease saying that now we lease this land out to you. So the ownership remains with the government. The person is getting a long-term lease. Based on that long-term lease, the person can now at least get basic things like water supply, electricity. They can even apply for loan from the bank, and they get a documentation from the government legalizing that land but in terms of a long-term lease. So it's a ownership, but long-term ownership of a government, long-term lease for the public, regularizing the entire process so that no more legal hassles are there in the future.
And how many years sir, is long-term lease?
So we will see all those proposals. We have asked the department, the DC, to give us the proposal, and based on the rules and the norms that are there right now, as per government rules, we will decide.
So, people don't encroach to government land.
Yes. So therefore this exercise is two-pronged. The first is, of course, to settle as is various basis and no further movement, and obviously to go ahead and demarcate and utilize, more importantly, the government spaces. So you will see in Tura that very soon we have already started utilizing most of the spaces that are there, and very soon, as I said, as soon as the settlement is done, we will be immediately starting construction of different office buildings in different locations. And wherever we don't have a project or we don't have necessary funds to move forward, we will obviously put in a barbed wire or some kind of a